Good evening, FSU meteorologist Brandon Lashbrook here on this Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. Cable Stadium has some cloudy skies right now as we head towards sunset. 79 degrees is our current air temperature with a south-southwest wind at 6 miles an hour. On radar, we can see some of these storms have moved past our area so far. They have dwindled down in coverage. We do have one current severe thunderstorm warning over to our west around the I-10 corridor with some heavy lightning and some heavy rain associated with that storm. But here in Tallahassee tonight, we'll see temperatures reaching down to 74 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And for tomorrow, temperatures will increase a little bit, but not too bad, up to 87 degrees with some partly cloudy skies as well, and some slight rain chances. But on today's show, we'll be talking about those rain chances for Tallahassee for some thunderstorms. Gusty winds and heavy rainfall expected for the southeast as we head into tomorrow with some severe weather threat. And we have a cold front moving toward the east, bringing some severe storms to the northeast. All that and more on FSU Weather today. And welcome back into FSU Weather. Here's Cable Stadium once again with some nice partly cloudy skies looking toward the west. Now for today, our high temperature was 86 degrees and our low was 73, so just below average for a high, by maybe was at 6 degrees, and definitely a lot lower than our record of 102 in 2007, so that's a good thing. But today our temperatures rose pretty steadily a little bit up to 84 degrees by 10 a.m. and they sunk back down to the mid-70s as we got some rainfall and storms move across our area this morning and into the afternoon hours. And they reached up a little bit into the upper 90s right now. And across the area, we can see these temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, with 75 in Quincy, 78 in Crawfordville, a little bit warmer toward the east, 80 in St. Mark's and 80 in Valdosta, where some of the rainfall hasn't fell yet. But places that have got the rain, got that cool down. And we still have that southwesterly flow coming in off of the Gulf of Mexico, bringing in plenty of moisture in the atmosphere with dew points into the 70s, with 70 in Tallahassee, 79 in Crawfordville, and 75 down there in Apalachicola. And here's that radar again. We see the storms have dwindled down in coverage as we head into the evening hours. Moving on toward the east, we do have one storm moving across the I-75 corridor up to Gainesville. And over to our west, we do have a current severe thunderstorm warning just south of Defuniak Springs along the I-10 corridor with some radar indicated 60 mile per hour gust associated with that storm. And zooming out to for Florida, storms are stretching down into the central peninsula of Florida, kind of moving toward the east along with the steering flow and heading toward the eastern beaches. A little bit of storm activity down around Naples area, and we do have some storms over to Alabama and into Georgia as well. And here's that southwesterly flow coming in off the Gulf of Mexico pretty steadily across the area with 6 miles per hour in Tallahassee and a little bit around 70 in Perry and 9 miles per hour in Donaldsonville. And for the overnight hours, temperatures will be kind of capped by that cloud cover. Won't see too much of a lessening of temperatures as the heat kind of gets trapped underneath those clouds. But mid-70s is what we're going to be looking at under those cloudy skies. 75 Tallahassee, 76 up there in Bainbridge, a little bit warmer down by the coast with 79 in Carabel and 80 in Apalachicola. And for the next 24 hours, we'll see these storms kind of die off when we lose that daytime heating tonight. And they'll kind of ramp up again tomorrow with some of that daytime heating and coming into tomorrow morning and into the evening. So kind of like the same today a little bit, maybe a little bit less coverage. So we're seeing a little bit less rain chances for tomorrow. But temperatures will be up into the the upper 80s, around 88 in Tallahassee, 87 in Monticello, a little bit warmer to the east with 90 in Perry. And for the next 7 days, we'll see Thursday have a 50% chance of rainfall, and into Friday and Saturday we'll see a little bit of a decrease in rain chances as we have an upper level ridge moving over to our area, decreasing those rain chances, but temperatures will increase to about the low to mid 90s as we head toward the weekend. So let's take a look at what's going on toward the southeast. Temperatures in the southeast are kind of varied right now. Places that have gotten the rain are kind of cooled down to the 70s. 91 in Tampa, where they haven't gotten too much rain so far today, and a lot warmer toward the west with 104 in Shreveport and 93 up there in Little Rock. So they're experiencing some heat advisories and warnings as well over there for excessive heat. Now, dew points are pretty moist across the region with dew points in the mid-70s across most of the area, 73 Tampa, 73 in Miami as well, and 75 over in New Orleans. And here we can see that kind of that pattern in the atmosphere. A lot of convection taking place over the Florida southeast region, up into Georgia and Alabama. And if you can see at the very, very top of the screen, we do have some drier air moving down along with a cold front that is expected to move into our southeast area and by Thursday bring in some severe weather with that. Now for the next 3 days, rainfall will be pretty concentrated along Alabama and Georgia, across most of the southeast and into Florida. So rainfall will be plenty in this area of the country. Now for today, we do have a storm outlook for us, basically non-severe for most of the region. We have some marginal kind of dipping into Tennessee, northern Georgia, and South Carolina, and a slight risk of severe weather as we go a little more toward the north in Kentucky. Now for the next 2 days, rainfall and the radar, we can see that still that southwesterly flow in our area from that Bermuda high with some storms kind of pushing in from the north as we have that cold front dip down from the north, and that's going to be producing some wind threat for the kind of mid-Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi region up into the Carolinas. So we'll be expecting some heavy rainfall, localized flooding possibility, and even some penny-sized hail is also a possibility with some of these the stronger storms of tomorrow. And for tonight and the overnight hours, temperatures will be pretty capped like our area here locally, with 81 in Shreveport, 77 in Jackson, and 80 as you go a little more toward the south in Tampa. And Charleston, South Carolina for your next 3 days, cloudy skies tomorrow with not much of a good chance of precipitation for Thursday, but that will increase as you go into Friday and Saturday with 50 and 60% chance of precipitation of rain coming in ahead of that front. And tomorrow, temperatures will be reaching up into the 80s across most of the area, 90s as you go toward the east and south, and upper 90s, even 100 or so toward the west with Shreveport and 101 in Little Rock. So let's take a look at what's going on nationally as we do have some severe weather threat across the country and heat as well. Monique?
Thank you, Brandon. As Brandon mentioned, we have quite a bit of heat happening still in this month, and we have severe weather as well, and we have a couple of frontal systems pushing through the area, so we're seeing the effects of those fronts currently. So right now in Tallahassee, it's 79 degrees, quite warm in New Orleans at 94 degrees, and warmer in Texas at 108 in Dallas. Now currently we are moist on the East Coast, but as you can see right here, we are very, very dry towards our West Coast, and we have this high pressure system really hovering over this area, bringing those dry conditions. Now here are those fronts that we talked about. We have multiple fronts pushing through, but the main story is this front right here. This cold front is pushing eastward, so that's going to bring lots of heavy showers and storms and some possibilities of gusty winds over the next couple of hours. Now we are also going to show you Tropical Storm Estelle. Tropical Storm Estelle has dissipated. It was formerly a hurricane, now it is currently a tropical storm, and it is hovering in the eastern Pacific currently. Now for our heat indices, we are seeing temperatures that feel like 108 in Dallas, 104 in San Antonio, and very, very warm in Memphis, feeling like 111 degrees. Now we have quite a few active alerts currently across the nation. We are seeing excessive heat still in the summer month. We have excessive heat warnings in much of the Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas area, and we are also seeing excessive heat advisories as well. Now, if we look towards the northeastern coast, they are not only seeing those heavy rain activities, they are potentially also going to see some excessive heat advisories over the next few hours, so we'll keep an eye on that as well for you. Now, in the southeast, we have lots of shower activity, and that is not due to a frontal system. We actually have a southwesterly flow that is bringing that Gulf moisture into the area, bringing us those heavy lines of showers and storms. But the northeast, they will see that cooler, drier air behind that front, but as it progresses, they will see those rain chances increase. Now, as I mentioned before, we are quite dry over on the west coast, and we are seeing more moist conditions over towards our east coast. Now for today's storm prediction outlook, we are seeing non-severe risks for much of the southeast. We are also seeing marginal risks for parts of Oklahoma stretching to the New York area, and slight risks for this area right here as well. Now as we head into day 2, we will upgrade in the southeast to a slight risk, so we may potentially see some localized flooding, heavy winds, and excessive rainfall tomorrow. But as we head into Friday, we will taper off quite a bit and downgrade into a non-severe risk for the southeast and for much of the Midwest. Now we will have some active rainfall over the next 72 hours, and is very concentrated in the southeast, as Brandon mentioned, and we are potentially going to see quite a few inches in the Alabama area and towards Atlanta. And as we head into the overnight hours, we'll cool down when that sun goes down. 79 in New Orleans, 74 in Tallahassee, and we will be cool on the West Coast with 52 degrees in San Francisco. And for tomorrow, we will be quite warm in Dallas at 100 degrees, 102 in San Antonio, a stormy 92 in New Orleans, and a very sunny and warm 102 in Memphis. Now let's take a look at Florida. Florida is very gorgeous right now. We have the sun setting in Panama City at a very nice 82 degrees, Orlando sitting at 72 degrees, and Tampa is quite warm at 92 degrees. Now currently across Florida, we have temperatures ranging from the low 90s to the mid to high 70s, 79 in Tallahassee, 83 and stormy in Jacksonville, and 89 in West Palm Beach. Now, as I mentioned, we have that southwesterly flow bringing that moisture and rain towards the area. So we are seeing some moderate rain near Tallahassee, and we will see those storm chances possibly increase over the next few days. But for Miami right now, you have temperatures in the low 90s with some storm chances at 50% on Friday, and they will taper off a little bit on Saturday at 40%. Now, Tampa, you also have very high rain chances, 40% on Thursday and 50 and 60% reaching on Saturday at 94 degrees. Orlando, you also have those temperatures in the mid-90s, 96 degrees on Thursday and Friday and 94 degrees on Saturday. And of course, Jacksonville, you will see slightly better rain chances, 20% on Thursday and Friday with a 40% chance of rain on Saturday. In Pensacola, you will be cooler at a 90-degree high on Thursday, 86 on Friday, and a 20% chance of rain with 89 degrees on Saturday. Now, as we head into the overnight hours for Florida, Tallahassee will be stormy at 74 degrees, 80 in Pensacola and cloudy, and a little clearer in Miami at 81 degrees. And for tomorrow, we will see conditions more or less the same for Tallahassee and across Florida. 88 and stormy in Tallahassee, and that will be the case from the northern part of Florida all the way down to South Florida and Fort Myers at 92 degrees and stormy. Now let's take a look at what's going on in Tallahassee. What do you have for us, Brandon?
Thanks, Monique. Yes, storms in the air should dwindle down tonight as we lose that daytime heating and the sun sets. And over at Bill Campbell Stadium right now, we do have very cloudy skies as some of these mid-level high cirrus clouds are in the area as we head towards sunset in the next couple of hours. Now here's the radar. We can see that a lot of the storms have kind of retrograded down toward the Gulf of Mexico, and the rest have kind of moved on toward the east. And we do have one storm is still severe warned over in Defuniak Springs over to our west around the I-10 corridor. And for the next 24 hours, we'll see the storms die off, like I said, keep that southwesterly flow kind of bring back in the morning around 9 o'clock-ish. Covers of storms as we did today, but some places will still see some moderately to heavy rainfall. And tonight's temperatures will be in the mid-70s as we're still pretty cloudy across the area, so temperatures won't and will be a little bit warmer as you go down by the coast. We're seeing temperatures around 79 in St. Mark's and 80 in Apalachicola. And for hour by hour for tomorrow, temperatures will rise up pretty much until around 80s as you get into the early afternoon hours, and then kind of taper off a little bit as the rainfall comes in into the mid-70s. And for the next 7 days, we'll see temperatures kind of increase as we go toward the weekend into the low 90s by Saturday and Sunday. Thursday and Friday, we'll see rain chances of around 50 and 40%, and those will decrease a little bit as we go into Saturday as we have some upper level ridging moving into our area, which will decrease those rain chances as we have some more kind of dry air in the area, but we'll still see some scattered storms from daytime heating which are possible. And we'll also be looking out for mid-90s for our highs a little bit, and even our heat indices could even reach up to 100 to even 105 degrees. So we'll be watching out for that in case there will be any heat advisories issued from our National Weather Service. But our lows will be pretty steady into the mid-70s across the next 7 days, and rain chances will come back as we head into the next work week by Monday and Tuesday. But if you like us, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather, as well as you can follow and like us on Facebook at FSU Weather. And hopefully you're watching right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube at FSU Weather. And as always, our Instagram is online at FSU Weather. And for one last look at your 7-day forecast, We'll see rain chances, again, kind of increase for Thursday and Friday, around 15 to 40%, but will decrease as we head into the weekend. We'll still see some coverage of storms on Saturday, though, but that'll kind of increase more so as we head into Sunday and into next week. For FSU Weather, I'm meteorologist Brandon Lashberg. Have a great night.